Welcome back to my channel. This is the Glow Theory podcast, and I'm your host, Jay Marie. I'm going to be talking about letting go of people who benefited from you hating on yourself. It's a bit of a wordy one, but I'm going to explain in depth of what I meant. This theme is all about how some people just stay in your life because your insecurities and your low self-esteem benefits them. And obviously I'm going to get into that and explain exactly what I mean and give you some examples of how that is. And if you've ever been in a connection with people like friends, relationships, whatever, when you've let things slide too often or with them, and then all of a sudden when you are like, okay, I've had enough, and you try to place some boundaries, and all of a sudden it's a problem. All of a sudden they are passive aggressive. All of a sudden they are mean to you or defensive or cold and acting like, where is this coming from? That's what I mean by having these people who benefit from you lacking self-worth. So segment 1, why do we feel the need to shrink ourselves for others? Fear of abandonment, trauma responses, people pleasing, just so many things tied and linked to issues within your own self. Feeling like you need to overdo it, overgive, be someone who you are not to fit in, to make people like you because maybe you weren't even accepted in your own family. Maybe you weren't really accepted growing up, so you morphed into this person to be digestible for people, to be liked by people, and you formed and created this different human being to make other people like you. Those are all signs that you've been betraying yourself, that you've been betraying yourself to keep other people comfortable. So we're going to talk about who benefits from your low self-worth and self-esteem. For example, relationships, it's like partners who won't step up because you don't require that. Will give you the bare minimum because you don't require more than that, because you're already accepting of low self-worth, self-esteem, self-whatever, and so you therefore will accept bare minimum treatment. And when you all of a sudden voice out how you feel after however many months of accepting bare minimum treatment, all of a sudden it's a problem. All of a sudden it's, why are you asking so much more of me? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And then the defensiveness and the deflecting all starts to come into play. Friends who rely on your struggles to feel better about themselves. So if you're surrounded by people who need you to feel bad about yourself so that they feel good, or they make, these snarky, mean comments about you or what you wore or how you ate just to make themselves feel better. And they'll do that around people too, around certain people. Notice that? Or for example, I've had friends where we go out and I guess there's like a group of dudes, right? And this was way back where she felt comfortable making fun of me or my looks or pointing out my features in a way in front of them and laughing and trying to make me feel small, make me feel like I'm less than, and point the embarrassment and uncomfortableness to me. Number 3, family members who manipulate you into staying silent or small. I totally understand that, where you have family members who don't want you to do better than them. They don't want you to achieve better than them. So they downplay whatever dream or thing that you want to do in your life. They downplay that, or like, oh, I don't think you should do that because you don't have this, you don't have that, or it requires this, it requires that. It's just, and they really just throw all that heavy, negative, toxic energy onto your dreams that you were just so excited about, or this event that you were so excited about, or this new outfit that you were so excited about. And it's like, oh, you look kind of fat in that. I totally get this, being with my foster parents or my foster families, my multiple families actually. Each and every single one of them had different scenarios and different temperaments, whatever, but there was always this reoccurring theme of, I'm not gonna make it. Regardless of what I tried to say about myself that I was gonna do in the future, that I'm gonna achieve this, it's like, oh no, I don't really think so. No, I don't really think you have the grades for that. No, I don't think that's the best idea. Or, even with even if with certain outfits I wore too. That's why I brought that in. It's like, oh, you look like this. You look like this clown from da 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 da. Literal, those were words. Those were words that were said by that person. I remember I had gotten ready. I was like, what, 15 or 16? No, I was 15. Just turned 15, and I was gonna go out to this like religious party with my friend, and I had asked my foster parents at the time, weeks ago, like that I was gonna go, and the day finally came. I got ready, I got cute. I wore like this pink skirt and a polka dot button up. It was a black and white polka dot, so, and I don't want to hear it. I was 15 years old, and I got, I felt cute. I felt really good. I was so excited. And then I went downstairs where the rest of the family was, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go out. And everyone looked at me. They stopped the movie the family movie that they had going on. They stopped it, and all turned to me, and one of the foster parents was like, where are you going? And like just awkward silence, and everyone just kind of staring at me, just like judging me and everything. And I was like, I told you where I was going. I'm going out. And then one of the foster parents was like, you look like a clown from this said movie, whatever it was. And then, they're all laughing at me, making fun of me, whatever. And they're like, you're not going anywhere. Go change and come downstairs. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go to bed. I totally understand what it's like to feel manipulated or feel like you're being put down by the people around you. And even another one is workplaces that underpay you because they know you won't ask for more. Because they know you are this hard-working person who does and gets their shit done. But you do not stand up for yourself. You do not advocate for yourself. You're just, moping around thinking, hoping, praying that they're just going to give you a raise. But really, they're just keeping you around because you're not asking for shit. You're not doing anything to make them feel like they need to pay you some more. Yeah, and that's what I mean by some people really enjoy when you don't know your self-worth, when you don't have self-esteem, when you don't love yourself. Because in this sad world that we live in, putting down other people makes other people feel good. And to me, I never understand that. I don't like, sure, I've made comments, but I've never felt good about it, And I've learned, especially with the person I am today, I don't get it. I don't understand putting people down intentionally to make myself feel good. Actually, it makes me feel like shit. Actually, when someone is really happy or proud about something that they want to do in their life and they get passionate about talking about it, that makes me light up. That makes me want to, because it's like, oh my God, you believe in yourself, I believe in you, fuck it, And it's really unfortunate that we live in this world where even people in your own family underplay you, undermine you, and don't wish you the best or have secret animosity towards you. So let's talk about how to identify these dynamics and connections. If you're having like a hard time figuring out who's really fucking with you and who's not, and who's really just feeding off of your insecurities. You gotta ask yourself those uncomfortable questions. And I know, especially with connections that you're so used to or think that you need to hold on to because you've known them for this long, or they're your blood, or whatever it is, I just want to say, like, you should not be surrounded by people who don't support you, because it's going to take you away from your dreams. It's going to take you away from your chances of doing all these wonderful things that you want to do, that your mind is set to do, or wear certain outfits that you want to wear, or do your makeup the way you want to do it. But then it's so quickly, that thought is immediately killed off because of these negative Nancys, these negative opinions who don't care about you, from people who don't care about you. Because would you do that to them? Would you treat them like how they are treating you? The answer is no. You gotta find you a better group of people. So you gotta ask yourself, who gets uncomfortable when you start loving yourself louder, when you become more demanding of making sure that you have respect from people, making sure that people are not playing in your face, or when you are choosing to do the things that you love, and if people have opinions, you are immediately like, I don't care. And notice who gets uncomfortable, who gives you that passive aggressive energy. And y'all, everyone can feel energy, everyone can feel the weird energy shifts. It's just if you are ignoring it or not, if you're accepting it and seeing it how it is, or you're not. And notice who's doing that around you. 2, notice who pulls away when you stop overgiving. Notice in your connections with people when you stop. For example, I used to pay for my mom's rent or groceries or whatever she needed. And the moment I stopped doing that and realized this is still a toxic loop that I'm in, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. All of a sudden I'm terrible. All of a sudden I'm this. All of a sudden I'm that. I'm lazy. I'm this. I'm that. Or even in connections that I've had with people, like relationships, the moment I stopped, because I would literally buy this person like little cute gifts like every weekend when they came to my place, because I wanted to show them how much I cared about them and wanted to make sure that they felt safe and comfortable in my environment. And I just enjoy giving things to people because I like to make them feel good, feel welcome. And the moment that I stopped doing the most, because certain things were said, certain things I had found out about, the moment I stopped doing that, all of a sudden it's like, you used to do this, you used to do that, why don't you do that anymore? Or even in friendships where I literally have always been like the mother figure in every single friendship group I've been in. I've always taken on that caretaker role for whatever reason. And the moment that I had stopped doing that, or stopped overdoing it and overly making sure that people are okay and need this, and if they're sad, don't worry, I'll come drive, pick you up, we will go get ice cream, we will go do this, we will go do that. Oh my God, your boyfriend broke up with you, let's go for a drive, let's go get our nails done. The moment I stopped doing that, all of a sudden I'm this cold person, I'm standoffish, I'm this, I'm that. And then I turn into the scapegoat. I turn into the person that everyone wants to make fun of and point fingers at. Number 3, who only calls when they need something? Who's calling your phone when they need something from you? For example, like my mother, my biological mother, calling when she needs money. Mind you, this woman, I don't owe this woman shit. She was the literal reason of why I was in the foster care system, and the fact that I still had an open heart to do anything about it afterwards, crazy to me, crazy. Don't worry, y'all. I stopped that. I cut those connections out of my life. But I started to notice that she would only call me when she needed something from me. She didn't care about me. She didn't care about my life or what I had going on. She didn't care. She didn't know me. She doesn't know anything about me or this person that I am, or this daughter that she didn't even want to create, Noticed that she just only called me when she needed help with this, when she needs money for this, when she needs to go here, when she needs to go there. Even with certain friendships that I had cut off, it was only calling when they need something, or calling when, one of my best friends didn't want to go to the bar with me, so I have no one else. So I really want to go, but I have no one else to go, so you should come with me. And I realized I was that person who overgave a lot, because I noticed that people only called me when they needed something, people only reached out when they needed something, people only, would hit my line when they needed something from me. And with all of these uncomfortable questions, did those relationships change when you started healing? So with all of these uncomfortable questions that you are asking yourself, and if you can relate back to certain scenarios or situations with people, did these relationship dynamics change when you started healing? Did they start acting more standoffish, more passive aggressive, more cold, more defensive? Those are not your people. We're going to talk about the guilt of letting go. And yes, you can validate the guilt. It is okay to outgrow people. It is okay to move on. It is okay, because I totally understand this with my best friend of mine from like the 5th grade up until the 11th grade, or I mean like right before graduation of high school. We were so freaking close, but we started outgrowing our connection with each other around like high school, 10, 11, 12, especially when COVID hit. I feel like our differences in perspectives and beliefs and just our overall connection in general, it just, I didn't want to be, confined in a box anymore. So I wanted to do more of my own thing and not be so heavily attached or heavily associated to just one person. I guess that shifted our dynamic, and it made this person, I guess, more uncomfortable with me, and it just, it shifted. And for a long time I had felt guilty, and then I realized during this healing journey, it's okay to outgrow people. It is okay to move on. It is okay to have certain people in your life for certain chapters, and it's okay. So I totally understand that fear and that guilt of having these super close people that have been in your life for a long time, but things have changed, or you're just tired of, the overgiving in the relationship. It's okay to let that go. Loving yourself will cost you relationships, but the peace that comes and the more aligned people that come into your life, they stay forever, they stick forever. They're there to heal you too. So I want to talk about like how to release these connections, and it's not easy. It's not something that happens overnight. Like these deep connections with friendships, with relationships, with family dynamics, it's not something that you can just, okay, cut the cord, bye, not going to talk to you anymore. It's a process for sure. It's emotional, starting off with like emotional detachment, not necessarily coldness or hate or anything that is ill-intentional. It's just about you respect your boundaries more than you want this connection in your life. You respect your peace and choose peace over this relationship, and it's because you've noticed the patterns and you've noticed that they don't do anything for you. So it's having that kind of state of mind and being at peace with that too, not being hateful, not being vengeful, and being okay with it. This one's a tricky one, setting boundaries without over explaining yourself, because if you're already in the habit of overgiving and overdoing, you'll feel the need to over explain. And especially with people in connections that you are with where they get defensive, they're quick to argue, they're quick to say, but I did this, I did that, but they really didn't. Or why are you doing this? You've changed and stuff like that. Classic. It can try and pull you back, especially if you don't really like confronting people, or, confronting people that you care about, that you love, because you don't want to get to that point. You don't want to, it's uncomfortable, but you have to be firm into, if you want this peace, if you want better, if you want more aligned people in your life, and you gotta let go of that dead weight. You gotta set those boundaries, and even if you still wanted to be connected to these peoples, you still need to have firm boundaries about what you are willing to accept and what they can accept from you. Not overgiving anymore. And if they stop reaching out, like if you're like, you know what, we can still be cool, but it's like, I'm not gonna be doing the most anymore, and it's like bed, and they don't reach out to you, there you go. And the last one, grieving the person who tolerated these tendencies and the overgiving, because you will definitely be grieving. You will definitely feel anger. You will definitely feel resentment once you move along in this healing journey of, letting people go who treated you like shit. You will get so angry, and it's not bad. anger is not bad. It's just about how you handle it. It's about how you deal with it, how you redirect that anger. I guess I was in that state for quite some time. I was just these waves of memories and certain situations where I was doing the most and nobody was there for me when I needed them. There was nobody hitting my line just to make sure I was cool. It was about, hey, I need this from you. I need money for this. I need money for that. I need this. I need that. And that anger stooped around me for quite some time. I would walk around angry. I hated people. I hated talking to people. I did not want to associate with nobody because in my brain, you know, this anger, it's associating all people are horrible people and will, you know, inevitably treat me like shit and da 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 da. And what worked for me was letting myself feel that anger, not feeling guilty about it. As long as I wasn't harming anybody, I was good. I would rage punch pillows. I would scream into pillows. I would journal. I would listen to really intense music, angry music, whatever music I needed to feel that day to make me, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I did a lot of affirmations and a lot of just looking at a lot of quotes about, you know, people are not perfect. We're all experiencing different things. We're all struggling in life. And sometimes patience and kindness is just so much easier because it is. It's so much harder to be angry. It's so much harder to be rude because it's like it takes so much out of your body, so much out of your energy. It takes time. It takes time. There's no set way to, you know, properly heal through this part of your life. So that is pretty much the end, you guys. I wanted to kind of make this quick. I didn't want to do like a super long podcast or anything, but yeah, I hope this video was relatable. I hope these brought up a few signs in your head like, damn, maybe this person really ain't fucking with me like I thought, you know, and making you reevaluate your connections with people. Hopefully that you choose better. And this journey of letting people go and cutting them out of your life, it can get very lonely. Or feel like you have nobody. You can have moments of time where it's just like, damn, like, and then you'll be like, fuck, maybe I do regret cutting them out of my life. No. That's your ego. Those are the insecurities trying to hold on and latch on because it's scared. And rightfully so, because people need people. People need to socialize with their people and their love and their connections and all that. But it's like, let yourself feel what you have to feel in the moment of feeling lonely, of feeling scared. But don't let yourself fall back into that habit. I mean, do so. Maybe it'll teach you again. Maybe you will receive another lesson again so that you will hopefully close that door. And you'll keep receiving the same lesson until you finally stand up for yourself. Pull all that strength together and choose the harder path so that you can receive better, so you can be surrounded by better people who actually care about you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do hope that this hits the right people and hits you where you need it, and hopefully helps you reevaluate your connections, your situations, and if they're good and they're happy, they're healed relationships, I love that. Love that for you. But you know, there's some people who don't have that. So I'm just giving my heart out to those who are going through that. You are not alone. You never are. Y'all, I'm not saying you are alone physically, but there are a lot of people going through the same thing. I don't want to say anything shallow and be like, hope that helps, because everyone's process and perception is all very different. So the best I can do is just say that, yes, there are a lot of people going through the same thing, and I have experienced that for quite some time, but I'm still here. I am thriving, and I found my soul tribe, my soul people who are healed, who actually genuinely care about me. And for that moment of isolation and cutting off those people, I'm forever grateful, because it's brought me to this version of myself that I would have never discovered at all. So thank you guys for watching. I'm happy to share, and I will be dropping podcast episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I had to figure out a schedule So of course I took a little break, had to figure out a schedule of how I wanted to do this. So I think we're gonna do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And don't forget to follow my TikTok too, because I post shorts every day. So if you need like quick little reminders or quick little, you know, like upbeat something to give you like little sparkle in your day, follow my TikTok. It is the Glow Theory Podcast on TikTok. Well, the Glow Theory Pod.cast. And I have shorts on shorts there. If you need something to laugh at, look at my shorts, because I say a lot of diabolical things on there. So please, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next episode. Please like, please comment, all good things, because karma is a what? Karma is a bee. But yeah, comment all nice things. Subscribe if you are new. Stay tuned for the next couple of episodes. We're gonna just keep doing this, keep doing the things that I enjoy talking about and relate to, and hopefully you guys can relate to this too. We're gonna find the right niche. We're gonna find the right people. Alrighty, see you guys soon.